the last paragraph. As he clatters down the post omnibus to be rattled to the station about 4 o'clock in the afternoon, you'll probably see the bus surrounded by a dozen buxom, handsome women saying goodbye to one of their citizenesses. And in the full, dark, handsome, jovial faces, surely you see the luster still of the life-loving Etruscans. You know, what we call Tuscany now, Tuscan cooking, Tuscan art, the Renaissance that came out of Tuscany. Those are the successors to the Etruscans. Tuscany is the Etruscan area of Italy. And that's where, of course, the art in the medieval period started to grow again, the humanism and so on. So in his view, he doesn't say here, this was just pushed down only to come back to life. And the thing we most admire about Italian civilization is the Tuscan revival of the Renaissance and so on. And the cooking, of course, in Tuscany is the most superior in Italy as well. The life-loving Etruscans. There are some level Greek eyebrows, but surely there are other vivid, warm faces, still jovial with Etruscan vitality, beautiful with the mystery of the unrivaled art. Here's this sexual consciousness ideology. Ripe with the phallic knowledge. He calls it the phallic consciousness. So out of this book, you see, you're getting a philosophy, an odd philosophy, I admit. I'm not trying to tell you all to jump up and jump into the phallic consciousness. But this has a huge influence on the contemporary world in its own quiet, subconscious way, bringing these things out and making them, open for all to see. Right with the phallic conscious knowledge and the Etruscan carelessness. He likes that carelessness. Okay, so he goes through to a museum here, and for instance, in this museum chapter, starting in the paragraph, there was never an Etruscan nation. He has a sentence. From the shadow of the prehistoric world emerged dying religions that have not yet invented gods or goddesses. This is before gods and goddesses. But live by the mystery of the elemental powers of the universe, the complex vitalities of what we feebly call nature. And the Etruscan, this is, not a novelist anymore, this is a prophet now. And the Etruscan religion was certainly one of these. The gods and goddesses don't seem to have emerged in sharp, and this is about page 20, in any sharp definiteness. But it's not for me to make assertions, only that which half emerges from the dim background of time is strangely stirring. And after having read all the learned suggestions, most of them contradicting each other, all the dumb scholars you'll encounter, and I find it in most fields, including my own. And then having looked sensitively at the tombs and the Etruscan things that are left, one must accept one's own resultant feeling. Okay. So now he gets along here, he has some trouble at Lattice Pulley. They push on, talks about Michelangelo further along on page 25, 27, and so on. And another section of philosophy, I think, which would be about 28. Here, I think he is finished with the museums, and he wants to go into the tombs of this other new place, Tarquinium, which is about 25 or 30 miles further north up the road along the seacoast. It's a relief to think that even the slaves and the luxurious crude Etruscans had many in historical times, had they remained decently stored. It's all a question of not like in Rome where the dead pits, where the bodies of slaves were promiscuously flung. It's all a question, this is what he's trying to say, of sensitiveness, being sensitive. And here's the thing I was saying that probably women would understand more than most of us men. Brute force and overbearing may make a terrific effect, but in the end, that which lives by delicate sensitiveness. If it were the question of brute force, not a single human baby would survive for a fortnight. It is the grass in the field, like Whitman says, most frail of all things that supports all life all the time. But for the green grass no empire would rise, no man would eat bread. Grain is grass. Hercules, Napoleon, the heroes of his time, Henry Ford, would alike be denied existence. Brute force crushes plants, yet plants rise again. The pyramids will not last a moment compared with the daisy. And before Buddha or Jesus spoke, the nightingale sang. And long after the words of Jesus and Buddha are gone into oblivion, the nightingale will still sing. Because it's neither preaching nor teaching nor commanding nor urging, it's just singing. And before the beginning was not a word, as he says the New Testament obviously speaks of the Gospel of John, but a chirp. Because a fool kills a nightingale with a stone, is he therefore greater than the nightingale? Because the Romans took the life out of the